The moment Daniel signed the hospital papers, he believed he had finally chosen the life he wanted. Outside the maternity ward, his pregnant wife, Emma, sat alone on a cold plastic chair, her hands trembling as she held her swollen belly. Inside another room down the hallway, Daniel's mistress, Olivia, waited for him with a confident smile. Daniel walked past Emma without looking at her. The quiet sound of his footsteps echoed through the hospital corridor like a final goodbye. Emma watched him leave, her eyes filled with tears, but she didn't call his name, because deep inside she already knew the truth. Daniel had chosen someone else. 9 months earlier, their life had looked perfect. Daniel and Emma had been married for 5 years. They weren't rich, but they were happy. Daniel worked long hours as a sales manager, while Emma worked part-time at a small library. Their tiny apartment was always filled with laughter. When Emma discovered she was pregnant, she ran into the living room holding the test with shaking hands. "Daniel, we're going to have a baby." For a moment, Daniel looked shocked. Then he hugged her tightly. "We're going to be parents," he whispered. Emma believed that hug meant forever. But everything changed 3 months later. Daniel started coming home late. Sometimes he wouldn't answer his phone for hours. At first, Emma thought he was just busy with work, until one night she saw a message appear on his phone screen. "I miss you already, Olivia." Emma's heart dropped. When Daniel walked into the room, she quietly asked, "Who is Olivia?" Daniel didn't answer immediately. That silence told Emma everything. Weeks later, the truth exploded into their home like a storm. "I love her," Daniel said coldly. Emma stared at him in disbelief. "I'm carrying your child." "I know," Daniel replied, avoiding her eyes. "But I deserve to be happy too." Those words broke something inside her. Still, Emma didn't leave. Not because she was weak, but because she hoped Daniel would remember the love they once had. But Daniel only moved further away. By the 8th month of Emma's pregnancy, he was barely home, and tonight Emma had gone into labor. The pain had started suddenly in the middle of the night. She called Daniel again and again before he finally answered. "Daniel, please." "I'm at the hospital." He arrived an hour later, not alone. Olivia stepped out of the car with him. Emma felt the world spin. Daniel didn't even look guilty. "I'm here to support Olivia," he said calmly. Emma blinked in confusion. "Support her? Why?" Olivia smiled softly and placed a hand on her stomach. "I'm pregnant too." The words hit Emma like a knife. "I'm sorry," Daniel added. "But Olivia needs me more right now." Emma felt the contraction hit her body like a wave. She grabbed the wall for support while Daniel helped Olivia walk toward another room. He chose her. In the same hospital. In the same moment. Hours passed. Emma labored alone with a nurse holding her hand. Finally, just before sunrise, her baby boy was born. But Emma never heard his first cry. Because something went wrong. Her heart suddenly slowed. Doctors rushed into the room. Machines began beeping loudly. Across the hall, Daniel was sitting beside Olivia when a nurse rushed toward him. "Are you Daniel Harris?" "Yes." "You need to come with us." "It's about your wife." Daniel followed the nurse down the corridor, annoyed more than worried. When he entered the room, Emma lay unconscious on the bed, pale and still. "What happened?" he asked. The doctor looked at him seriously. "Your wife had severe complications during delivery. We managed to save the baby, but Emma lost a lot of blood." Daniel glanced at the tiny baby in the incubator. Then he shrugged slightly. "Is she going to be okay?" The doctor hesitated. "She needs a blood transfusion immediately." "Then give it to her." The doctor's expression grew strange. "We tried, but Emma has an extremely rare blood type." Daniel frowned. "So? So does the baby." Daniel sighed impatiently. "What does that have to do with me?" The doctor looked directly into his eyes. "Because neither of you match her blood." Daniel froze. "That's impossible." The doctor slowly handed him a report. "We ran the tests twice. The baby isn't biologically yours." The room fell silent. Daniel stared at the paper, unable to breathe. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying the baby Emma just risked her life to deliver isn't your child." Daniel felt the ground disappear beneath him. His mind replayed every moment he had accused Emma of being weak. Every night he had abandoned her. Every cruel word he had spoken. She never cheated, he whispered weakly. The doctor crossed his arms. We didn't say she cheated. Daniel looked up. Then how? The doctor pointed to another line on the report. The baby's father is actually you. Daniel blinked in confusion. That makes no sense. The doctor sighed. Daniel, Emma isn't the woman who lied to you. He paused before delivering the truth. Olivia is. Daniel's stomach twisted. The doctor continued quietly. Olivia's pregnancy test results show she isn't pregnant at all. She falsified her medical records. Daniel's face turned white. And one more thing, the doctor added. Emma's rare blood type means the baby could only exist if both parents shared the same genetic markers. Daniel whispered, But you said I don't match. The doctor nodded slowly. That's because the hospital already has your medical records. Daniel's heart pounded. And according to those records, the doctor finished, you're infertile. The truth crashed down like thunder. Emma had never betrayed him. The baby was created through a fertility treatment Daniel had forgotten about years ago. Emma had kept trying to give him the family he wanted, and he had abandoned her. Daniel collapsed into the chair beside her bed, shaking. Outside in the hallway, Olivia was quietly slipping out of the hospital. Daniel finally looked at Emma's pale face. For the first time in months, he truly saw her, and the weight of what he had done began to destroy him, because the woman he had chosen had lied, and the woman he had abandoned had loved him until her last breath.